Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? I am so excited to be here with you. I have an amazing topic that want to talk about today. And I think that with the perspective that I am bringing, I think that it is going to really allow you to shift in the vision that God has given you, right? And so the title, if you have not seen, the title is called Loved Vision versus Scared Vision. And so in this morning motivation, I am going to explain what that is. And then I am also going to explain not explain. I am also going to share my personal experience of love vision versus scared vision, right? I'm going to give that testimony, and then hopefully you will be able to see what I did and not do it or stop doing it, right? Recognize it. So good morning. Morning motivation is here to wake you up, to get you moving, to get you going about your day with joy and positivity and just feeling like you can do it, right? So that's why we have morning motivation. And so before I jump into the full length of this video, I do want you to watch this. But that's real though. Like, welcome to Boss Moms with a Vision, where I show moms how to abolish mom guilt, step into their godly identity, and set up an impactful business in order to freely walk out their kingdom assignment. I am Alicia Richardson, the founder of Boss Moms with a Vision, and my goal is to answer one question. How can you be who God created you to be and establish a business while having unexplainable peace, enjoying life, and without sacrificing family time? If you want to know the answer, you're in the right place. So please subscribe and follow so you don't miss out. Yes, right. So I put that together and it took me a while. It's been done for a little bit, but I don't know, I just like well, maybe because I haven't gone live in such a long time. So I put that together and I'm so excited about it because it is like that introduction of bringing all of who I am together. And so if you don't know, well, like I said, I am Alicia Richardson, but if you don't know, I have just started a school. Like I am the owner, founder of this school. Um, I am a brand designer, brand strategist, whatever you want to call me. And then on top of that, I am helping moms excuse me, I am helping moms to go after the vision that God has given them. Oh, wait. And if you look up top there, I'm also an author of a book called You Are More Than a Mom, which all rolls into like this one ball of just well, not even just take just out of your vocabulary first of all, because you are more than just you are more than a mom, right? But what it does is it inspires you, it ignites the fire in you that you once had before life took over. And I share my experience with that in the book as well. The all of the testimonies after reading that book have been explosive. Like people's lives have really taken off after reading that book. So, anyway, what I want to talk about today is loved vision versus scared vision. And I'm actually really excited to talk about it because wow, so here's the difference, right? So loved vision versus scared vision, the difference between the two is how you approach the vision. Okay. So if you approach the vision feeling loved, feeling like God is on your side, feeling like you are fully trusting God to go after this vision, is separate from getting a vision, seeing that the vision is bigger than you, which it's supposed to be, seeing that the vision is bigger than you, and approaching the vision from this scared and timid place. Okay. um that's the difference. Number one. All right. So now that we know the difference, right? So you have to look inside yourself and say, first of all, here's my vision. So I'm only talking to the people who are actually acknowledging the fact that God has given them a vision. Like, you have a vision. But now you have to look inside yourself and say, am I approaching this vision with the understanding that I am fully loved? Or am I approaching this vision with reservation? When you approach your vision and you have the complete understanding that you are loved, it's almost like nothing stops you, regardless of naysayers, regardless of the roadblocks, regardless of um, seeing that the vision is bigger than you, regardless of your responsibilities, regardless of whatever it is, you are like, I'm going to do this. This is happening. There is no plan B for me. I'm all the way in it. Whereas those who approach the vision scared, there's always a plan B. But not only is there a plan B, there's a plan C, D, E, F. And so typically what happens is it takes longer for a person who is operating out of fear to actually achieve the vision. Um, and that's because it's not even the external chatter that's got them stuck. It is their own chatter. It is their own mental blockages. It is their own thing of, am I good enough? Man, I really do not have the qualifications to get this done. I don't I don't have the real support that I feel like I should have. I don't have the money. Like, money is a huge one. Whenever God gives you a huge vision, majority of the time you personally do not have the finances right away to take care of it. And the reason for that is we put a huge emphasis on money, right? And so anything that God attaches his name to, he wants to make sure that you can't say that you did it in your own might. So what he does is he creates or gives the vision while you're in a place to where you have to while you're in a place of where you have to grow into the vision. And it's so funny because I was going to actually talk about the process, and I said, no, I think the title needs to actually be like loved vision versus scared vision. um because I feel like that's where people are. I feel like people understand that verbiage a little more and can connect with that a little more, because either you're operating out of love or you're operating out of fear, and you have to choose. You are not No one is making you operate out of fear. No one is making you operate out of love. God is not doing this. The devil is not doing that. Even though we want to blame or place things in certain places, God gave you full responsibility of your choices. And so you have to make um a choice. Literally, I was going to put a descriptive word on choice, but you have to make a choice to move on your vision, whether it be in love or whether it be in fear. So in other words, you have to move on your vision, whether it be um because you fully trust God, or whether it be God gave you the vision but you don't trust God. It's as simple as that. So let me share my story, because one thing I don't like being is morning and I'm talking to moms, boss moms at that. who are literally running life and business. And if not running their business yet, you will be running business. So let's try to keep this short and simple. So here's my story. When I first started in business, and all of them, well, not the moms with the vision, because at this point, like my confidence is way up. Um, but when I first started the business, I, especially with the branding, I was so scared of putting myself out there. I was so scared of, like, am I really that creative? Can I really build this website? Do I really know what I'm talking about? Like, and for the longest time, I really didn't have a title. I would walk up to people and say, oh, well, I do this or I do that. And it was just like, I don't know, it was so nerve wracking. So I didn't get a lot of clients right out the bat, and most people don't, but I feel like I probably could have gotten more had I spoken up or truly trusted God in the process. So as I'm going through this process of like building websites and designing, people are like, "Oh my God, you're so good. How do you do this? Do you have a degree? Do you da da da?" da?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know. It just flows through me. I don't know. Like I didn't have answers, and because I didn't have answers, that made me feel so insecure because most people, when you ask them, well, oh wow, that you're really good at that. What will and they'll say, oh well, I went to college, I got this education, this certificate, I've been doing this for this long. And so we begin to compare ourselves to people who have been doing something for a long time, or we feel, like I said before, insignificant because we can't give the same answers that somebody else is given. And so again, we get into that comparing mode, and we cannot do that, right? And so eventually what happened, and even through like the whole branding process, with talking to people, you will actually begin to let me stop saying you. I actually began to play myself down. Like, and I wouldn't even talk. I would go to networking events and not even talk to people. L- Am I talking to somebody? I would literally go to networking events and not talk to people because I did not, like, I was just like praying and hoping, like, God, just have them come talk to me, help have them come start the conversation with me, because I just was not there. I did not fully trust God in the situation. So um so for a while I actually stopped. I stopped the business, and I was like, maybe this isn't it. I don't know. This is not, I don't know. It's just not working. But it's not, when I say it's just not working, a lot of us use this. It's just not working, but it's not working because you're not working it. Not because, God is putting a roadblock. Some of us don't even have a roadblock, but putting roadblocks in the way. No, it was just like, oh, it's just not working. But I wasn't opening my mouth. Okay, so that's scared vision, right? So because God gave me the vision of how all of this how all of this actually works. Um, and so when I had this huge moment when we lived in North Carolina. Um, I had this huge moment of understanding that I was enough. And I think like that was the biggest thing for me to understand about myself, was that I was enough. And so it started my journey to understand what it really meant to be loved by God. What it really meant to be his daughter. What it really meant to fully feel what it's like to be wrapped up, tangled up in him. Like it's just like this warm, comfortable feeling. It's just like you could do whatever you want because why? Oh, that's my daddy. He gets me everything. Like I don't know, you just go into that mode. And so as I went into that mode, what I started realizing was that I had not I was allowing my own head chatter, external things to actually stop me from One, feeling the love of God. And then secondly, operating in the love of God. So once after I got into that place of understanding who I was in Him, in God, I began to really believe, not just understand, not just know, not just quote scripture, but I really started to believe that I could do whatever I put my mind to. Like that is a real thing. And once that happened, I literally broke out of the shell and I started walking my vision out in a loved way. And when I tell you that things started to blow up, they started to blow up. Like even the creativity started to just pour in. The more I began to even expand even more in what I was doing. And so even now as I'm talking to you today, getting the revelation and the vision, like who would think like the vision is to reach as many women as possible, to help them and empower them in their identity of with Christ. Back then, operating out of scared vision, I ain't talking to them women. They grown. They know they know what God talking to them, just like God talking to me, God talking to them too. But operating out of loved vision, I now can see number one where I fit in. I see where when I speak, there's impact. I now see that the process that God took me through is so valuable because there were so many moments in my life that didn't make sense to me. But once I got clear, removed the fear and got clear, I was able to see how everything aligned. So I'm not going to talk your head off. This is what it is today: loved vision versus scared vision. Which one are you choosing? What are you choosing today? And so that's my question. I want you to really, I really want you to think about that. So as you're going after your vision, are you operating out of fear or are you operating out of love? If you feel like you're operating out of fear, I really want you to get my book. You Are More Than a Mom. This book literally walks you through how to acknowledge what's going on the inside. And then it sparks it literally, especially if you feel like your vision has died. This book literally sparks that vision in you. And then it helps you to walk out who you truly are in God. And so I encourage you to get it. You can get it at my website, www.aliciarichardson.com. And also follow me, see all of the things that I'm doing. It's very, I don't know, I'm very excited because I got a lot of stuff going on. Apparently I'm just like this amazing woman, amazing mom, amazing business owner, you know. But you have to you have to get to that place where you can say that stuff about yourself, right? And that you don't have to wait on other people to encourage you. So that's all I have for you today. My name is Alicia Richardson. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.